Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today is the city's primary election for Lincolnites, with some big races for mayor and city council.
Election officials tell us they are seeing pretty big numbers when it comes to early voting. Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us live now with more on the story. Veronica?
Election officials in Lincoln are expecting a 35% participation rate for today's election as 3 candidates are on the race for becoming Lincoln's mayor. On Tuesday, polling locations changed for 9 precincts of the city. However, election officials say voting went smoothly.
There were a few issues with voters having a difficult time finding their polling location because we did move a couple or a few locations, but those got worked out.
Election officials say they were expecting fewer in-person votes. That's because early voting ballots more than doubled the amount that was sent during the city's election of 2019.
So we mailed out 34,000 ballots to early voters. And so we've gotten about 28,000 back thus far. So just the early vote, we've seen an increase in participation.
The Lancaster-County-election-commissioner says this has been an option more people have been getting familiar with, especially after the pandemic.
More people found out that voting early by mail or in person here at the Election Commission office was more convenient.
This comes at a time when a bill proposed at the legislature would nix most voting by mail. The voter ID bill, introduced by Senator Steve-Erdman, would largely eliminate voting by mail for all except those who could show an inability to go to the polls. He says it is to ensure election integrity in our state. Civic-Nebraska says election officials confirm that voting by mail is secure. They say it's a tool used by people from across political affiliations.
Participation in our elections, it's much higher due to having this option, this method for voting, which again is a very secure method of voting. Many have said maybe the most secure method.
Officials expect today's participation to be slightly higher than the participation of the primaries in 2019. And just a reminder, people, if you still haven't dropped off your ballots, you have until 8 p.m. tonight, and you could drop them right here. This is the location for the Lancaster County Commission office near 45 and O Street. Reporting live in Lincoln, Veronica Barreto, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Veronica.